about it.
You don't remember being born?
No. But this is the house I was born in, yes.
Yes.
Yes, I lived there in there till I was through high school.
Yeah. Well, and you and Dennis were born on September 14th, 1931.
Yeah.
He was your twin. And how were you born in that house?
Yes, yes. Everybody was born in this house.
Yeah. And who was your doctor, or who delivered
There was
you?
no doctor. There was a nurse that lived on a farm not too far away. Her name was Mrs. Asp, an old Norwegian. And she was, that was her job, delivering babies and treating people with pneumonia and colds and stuff. They always called on Mrs. Asp. And she was the only doctor there was. Or she wasn't a doctor. I don't know if she was even a nurse, but she was pretty good.
Ah, she must have been.
Yeah.
And they didn't have any problems with your birth or anything with the two of you?
No.
Wow, poor Grandma.
Yeah.
That had to have been hard. Yeah.
Of course, she had quite a few before us, so.
Yeah, yeah. So where was your room then in that house? Was it upstairs?
Okay, my room was.
Yeah, tell us about the house.
Okay. My room was right up there.
Oh.
Right there.
And who slept in that room?
Luann and I. And, let's see. I don't know if Ordell, she was pretty well grown up, I think. She wasn't there very long.
Oh.
And then Dennis, his bedroom was in the back of the house. This was another bedroom, but it was mostly for
Company?
junk.
Oh, just junk. Oh.
Junk.
Yeah. And then you said that house had a huge kitchen.
The kitchen went from I'm looking at it so close. It went from here to way to the back of the house.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, and the living room was I'm looking at it so close I can't tell. No, the kitchen went from here. These were in the living room.
Oh.
And these were all in the living room, and this was in the back bedroom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And what did you say you had in the basement? What's a cistern?
We had a full basement with a cistern, which was a big cement thing that held water, rainwater. When it rained in the summertime, they would let the rainwater drain into this cistern, and would fill it up, and Mom would use it for washing clothes, do all the cleaning.
Oh.
And so that was our water.
Huh. And where was the bathroom in there?
We had no bathroom. No bathroom, no electricity.
Wow. No electricity.
No electricity and no bathroom. The
Wow.
outdoor bit was way over there in the
Wow.
woods.
You're lucky you had running water.
No, we didn't.
Oh, you didn't even have running water.
No. No. In the pantry, which was way back in the opposite corner of the house, we had a sink in there with a pump, and that water, that you could pump water from the cistern right below, and for washing dishes and washing.
Oh. Well, how about taking baths and stuff like that?
Well, then you had what we did. We had just had a big tub that we had upstairs here. Not a bathtub, just a great big one they used for feeding cows and horses and stuff. And it filled out full of water, and that was our bathtub.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How would you get water out to the animals?
Well, they had a well down by the barn with a pump in it, and so we had to pump water. We couldn't drink that water because it was right by the barn and right by the pasture, so we didn't drink it. our drinking water was way over on this, our barn was on this side of the house, and our drinking water with a well was over on this side. And we, and that's the water we drank. Yeah, but no, we couldn't drink the water by the barn.
Wow.
So that's the way that was.
So for your drinking water, would you just pump it out of the well on the outside and then bring it
Carry it
inside?
in the house, yeah.
So then, like in the winter, how did that work? Because it got so cold in Minnesota.
Still had to do it.
It didn't freeze up. It didn't.
No.
That's good.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
How much
No.
snow do you remember getting when you were back there?
Huh?
How much snow do you remember getting?
Oh my God. We'd probably get, I'd say, well, maybe as much as 4 to 6 feet.
Holy cow!
Would it? How high would it get up on your house there?
Way up. In fact, it got so high. This is our kitchen door, and the snow would be way up like that.
Wow.
And this was a great big cement porch here, and so we had to go out and shovel the snow away so get the door open.
And how did you get to the outhouse?
Well, that's what you did.
Oh, jeez.
You waded your way through the snow.
Ooh, that's awful.
Yeah,
How
Yeah.
far away were you from your school?
about a mile or two. I had to cross our farm plus another farm, and then there our school was. So in the wintertime, we had this horse called Birdie. She was a white horse, and we used to we had Birdie and Blanche and Babe and what was the name?
Birdie,
of the other?
they were whole
We
horses?
had 4 horses.
Sounds like you had females.
Bird.
And anyway, but Birdie we could drive because she was real tame. And so in the wintertime, when it was really a lot of snow, and we would, my dad would hook her up to a called stone boat, but it was like a big sled,
Mhm.
and we'd get on that, and the horse would pull us across the farm, across the next farm, to the school, and we'd get off, and off of the sleigh, and Dennis would turn him around, and he'd go home all by himself.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he was real nice horse, and so, but then when the school was out, we'd have to walk home because we'd have some tracks.
Oh, wow.
How many kids would ride in the sled to the school? How many of your siblings?
Oh, well, Dennis and Luann and I,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's 3 of us.
Wow. So Ordell was already grown up
Yeah,
and
she was
gone.
already in high school.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you lived in that house till you were how old?
Till I was, well, we left there when I was, let's see, senior in high school.
Yeah.
High school.
Did it have electricity and running water when you left?
No, never had it.
Wow.
Never had it.
But say,
But see, when I was in junior high, by the time I was from junior high, we came out here during the war. So we were out here for about, let's see, in 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, I believe, 2 or 3 years anyway.
huh.
Yeah.
So you lived out here and then went back to Minnesota?
Yeah, we went back
Really?
to the farm. Yeah.
Did you live in Bremerton or?
Yeah, over in East Bremerton, where the high school is. There was a
Wow.
project there, View Ridge project.
In East Bremerton.
So what brought you guys to Bremerton from Minnesota?
The war. My dad went to work in the Navy Yard.
Oh.
Everybody did that.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people came out here and worked in the Navy Yard.
So then what happened to your farm? Did you guys keep the farm?
Oh yeah, it was there. And, let's see, I guess we got rid of the animals. Yeah, but, and I think a neighbor probably farmed part of it. I can't remember.
And so how did you guys get out here from Minnesota?
On a train. On a train.
You guys slept on the train and.
The train was full of people, everybody moving out here.
Huh.
Wow.
And so you stayed here like for 3 years when you were in junior high, and then you went back to Minnesota.
Yeah, 7th, 8th, I know I went to Dewey Junior High School, 7th and 8th grade. And I can't remember if I went to 9th. No, maybe it was just 7th and 8th grade.
Huh.
And then we went back to Minnesota, and then to go to high school, there's no buses, no school buses. I had to move into town and live with this old lady and her daughter. I had a room upstairs, and I had to cook for myself. And I just had a hot plate. No, it's funny I didn't starve to death.
Oh, yeah.
What, did Dennis go with you then, or?
No, then he didn't go to high school. Did he? I can't remember.
Huh.
No, he didn't. And then, let's see, my junior year, we moved into town. And then Dennis, he went to work at the newspaper.
In Thief River.
Yeah, and he worked there. But then the minute he turned 18, he was drafted.
Oh,
And he had to go in the Army, and that was the end of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when you lived in that house in high school in Thief River above the ladies upstairs,
I did that just 1 year.
1 year, and you say you were up there with 2 other girls, or?
Yeah, then in the next bedroom was, yeah. Well, that was 1 year. That was when I was a freshman.
Uh-huh.
Then when I was a sophomore, I went down to Gonvick, and I stayed with Lloyd and Lorraine, and went to high school in Gonvick.
Oh.
Yeah, and I stayed with them. And I wasn't too crazy about that school. So then when then after that, I went back to Thief River, and then I stayed with these 2 girlfriends of mine in a house upstairs in this house,
Yeah.
above these old Norwegians. And we had the whole upstairs, and of course we got kind of loud and stuff, but they were so nice, they never ever said a word, you know.
Yeah.
And we'd come in and we'd have to walk their stairway going upstairs with like that.
Oh, right on the inside of their house.
Mhm. But you never saw them, they never, you know, they were so independent,
Yeah.
really nice. Anyway, we stayed there, let's see, my junior year.
Yeah.
And we lived in that one room, and 1 bed, single-size bed, and we all 3 slept in the same bed. Wow.
Wow.
How did you know that family? Like I mean, was there an ad in the paper for a room, or did your parents know them?
Yeah, no, they just knew, they had always rented it out to, see, all the farm kids, that's what they had to do. They had to move into town and stay in homes. So that was nothing new. Everybody did it. Yeah. Boys, I remember some of the neighbor boys, they lived in another big house not too far away, and they just had all boys in there.
Huh.
But that's what they had to do, because it was so far to school.
Yeah, that's cool.